Here we have the victors, the winners, the ones who are triumphant, taking their victory crowns, their jewels, their medals, their rings, and they are laying them at the throne of God, saying, "You, God, are the true victor. You won the battle for us. We are winners because you are a winner and we are in you." They are worshiping God in His victory, in His triumphant victory procession. The victory that we're talking about here was none other than the victory that Jesus purchased on the cross. Jesus came to earth and was attacked. He was tempted but did not sin. He was oppressed but did not yield. He was challenged but did not bend. And when he was attacked by nails and a cross and Roman soldiers and Jewish leaders, he did not give in. And he won a victory for himself and for his people, for each of us here today who believe in him. Those people are victorious because of his victory on the cross. But they are also victorious because they did not give up. Listen as we pick up with verse 13. Then one of the elders asked me, "These people in the white robes, who are they? Where did they come from?" And John, I don't know. But he responds very respectfully, he says, "Sir, you know. You're the one who knows. And won't you tell me?" He replies. So the elder said, "These are they who have come out of the great tribulation. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb." Now, some people interpret the Great Tribulation as being a very short and intense period of time, very near to the end of the world, maybe 7 years, with a rapture that comes just before or just after. Other people interpret the Great Tribulation as the tribulation that extends throughout the church age, where Christians are attacked, wherever Christians are attacked, wherever they are oppressed, wherever they are hurt and accused falsely and persecuted. And this debate about exactly what that Great Tribulation is and exactly how the end times will play out will go on until the end times actually happen. And we all say, "Oh, that's what it meant." But in any case, I think the idea remains the same. The principle remains the same. That these are people who survived the Great Tribulation or didn't survive the Great Tribulation. But in any case, they didn't bend their knee and quit on their faith. They didn't give up on their faith. These are people who in the midst of their struggles turned to Christ and not away from Christ. These are people who, when they were challenged, did not blaspheme, did not accuse God of doing wrong, but yielded to God. These are people who, when they were hurting, reached out to God and did not give up. When they were challenged, did not back down. These are people who experienced tough times for Jesus and didn't quit. And this is the challenge for us. We're in tough times. Our economy is hard. Our social setup is difficult because people are against the Bible. They don't want to yield to the Bible's teachings. They want to do their own thing. They want to believe their own way. And we as Christians are seen as hypocrites and bigots. And we are facing a time of persecution. So the challenge for us is, as we face that persecution, how will we respond? Will we give in? Will we compromise? Or will we stand strong? What will we do with the time of tribulation that is given to us? These people have washed their robes white in the blood of Jesus Christ. Their faith in Jesus Christ has given them the white robe of victory, and now they stand before the throne. God promises in chapter 7 certain rewards for these people. And this should also bring us hope and encouragement. Listen as I read for you the first of 3 rewards that we will get if we stand firm, if we do not compromise. Verse 15 picks up. Therefore, they are before the throne of God and serve him day and night in his temple. And he who sits on the throne will shelter them in his presence. The first reward that we get is to be in the presence of God and serving him. You say, well, wait a second. So let's see. If I bear up under persecution and and people, I lose money, I lose my job because I stand firm on my faith, and I lose my home because I haven't compromised in my finances and haven't kept course. So I do all these things, and then I lose my job, I lose my house, I get sick and I die. I go to heaven, and my reward is I get to be a butler or a janitor in heaven, serving God. Oh, what's the alternative? Can I see the alternative package here? Well, let me just assure you, you do not want the alternative package to serving God. And I think that's a little bit of a cop-out to say that the alternative is much worse. So we've got kind of a bad situation where we get to be, we get to be a servant, or we get to be in hell. No, think about this. When you serve somebody that you love, it is a joy and it is a pleasure. Think about it. You think about somebody you love, a spouse, a child, a parent. When you get to do something to serve them, it brings you joy. It brings you pleasure. When you write that note, or buy that present, that surprise present, or call that person in the middle of the day for no reason at all. When you pay somebody a compliment. All these acts of service are love, and it brings you joy. Serving somebody that you love is a joy and a pleasure. Serving He who loves you more than any other, in His presence, will bring you the greatest joy and the greatest pleasure, more than anything here on earth that you can experience. When you offer up your gift to God, and He accepts it, and you feel His hand lifting up on your chin, and you see His smiling eyes with tears. Thank you, God. I love you so much. And God picks you up and hugs you, and squeezes you with a great big God bear hug. Just amazing. What a joy that will be. Serving God is a privilege, and it is a pleasure. It is a reward, a true reward. Not just a better than the worst kind of reward, but a better than the best kind of reward. But the second reward is that God promises to relieve us from all suffering. He promises to take all suffering away. Listen to verse 16. Never again will my people hunger. Never again will these people with the white robes, never again will they thirst. The sun will not beat down on them, nor will the scorching heat. No more aches, no more pains, no more flu, no more stomach viruses, no more cancer, no more loss of jobs, no more loss of homes, no more car accidents, no more bankruptcy, no more bills, no more broken water heater at 3 o'clock in the morning. What else can we name? Can the list go on? No more backstabbing friends? For those who stay committed to Christ, there will be no more suffering of any kind, because there will be no more tears in heaven. Which is interesting, because the next reward that we talk about here in verse 17 says, the first reward is that we get to serve God. The last reward is that God gets to serve us. But listen to how he phrases this. For the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd. Interesting, ironic reversal of roles there, where the sheep becomes the shepherd, the lamb becomes the shepherd, right? Kind of a funny play, a fun play on words there. The sheep, the lamb at the center of the throne will become their shepherd. He will lead them to springs of living water. Remember we heard living water somewhere before, didn't we? We talked about that somewhere. Was that? Oh yeah, by the well, the woman of the well, the Samaritan woman. Remember, Jesus said, if you had asked, I would have given you wells of living water. You would have never thirsted again. And what's Jesus talking about? He's talking about himself, right? Jesus is the living water. So this lamb who becomes the shepherd is going to lead people to springs of living water, which is himself. So interesting kind of all sorts of things going on there. And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. But I thought there was not supposed to be any tears in heaven. No more crying, no more death, no more pain, no more mourning, no more loss, no more tears. I think I read that somewhere. Well, this is just showing us, it's a picture of God's tender care for us. If you think about it when you were a child, you fell down, and mother or father came and picked you up, and then wiped away your tears with a gentle swishing of a cloth. There's nothing quite like that. It's an intimate, close feeling where you feel completely supported, completely loved, even in the midst of the hurting. You are being tenderly cared for. This is a picture of how God tenderly cares for us and meets our every need as the shepherd cares for the sheep, making sure that they have food, water, shelter, whatever they need. The shepherd makes sure that the sheep have it. He cares for our every need, emotional, spiritual, physical, all of it. So we can take joy in knowing that even as we serve God, He, in an amazing way, is going to serve us and love us and care for us and meet our every need. So, when the trials of life are weighing you down, that may be now, it may have been in the past, it may yet be to come. When you are attacked for your faith, when you are hurting, when you're out of work and the bills are getting tight, when you're down in the dumps, when somebody's not there who you wish was there, and you're lonely. Don't lose heart, and don't give up. Don't lose faith. Because if you stand firm in the trials, you are putting on your white robe of victory even now. You are putting it on now in this life. And when we pass through that curtain into the next life, you will retain it still. And you'll be welcomed into the heavenly courtroom, into God's presence forevermore, where He will care for you, and you will care for Him and serve Him, and you will not suffer anymore. But will be united with Him who loves you most, and with those who have gone before you. So, when you get down, and when you get worried, go ahead and pick up the book, and flip to the back. Flip to the end. Because in the end, with Christians who stand firm, with Christians who don't compromise, there truly is a happily ever after. You pray with me? Father, we thank you for the promise of happily ever after in your presence, and we ask for the strength to stand firm, come what may. And we pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.